James.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. He pretty much came out and put LeBron on blast and said we're not going to let him off the hook. And this is controversial. We were talking about this in the shop. And he basically feels like, you put this together, man. You wanted Westbrook. You constructed this team. Mm-hmm. This is your doing. And, we can't let him off the hook. How do y'all feel about that? He's really putting him on blast.
One thing I will say, when Kobe was doing bad, they put all the pressure on Kobe. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. You are the face of the Lakers right now, so you have to deal with it.
I think he gets all the praise when they're doing good.
With great responsibility. This is your team. This is your responsibility.
But I also think this is what happens when you allow a player to
be
a general manager.
That's where I'm coming at. I don't roll with this.
You need to let general managers
that's
be
not
general
his job.
managers. You can consult with your star player, but you're not about to tell me who to go get. That's my job.
That's what I'm saying. I blame Rob Pelinka.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
You can run stuff by LeBron. You can say, hey, man, we thinking about getting this move. But even if he says no, you're going to have to tell him, hey, you know what? Respectfully, I'm going to have to do this. And I hope you'll see the wisdom later on.
Right.
We'll revisit this, but I can't do what that move you want. Because what happens is, that's like if Rob Pelinka really begged and pleaded with the Laker shareholders and everybody to say, hey, let me play point guard. Right. I can get out there, right? And then they let Rob get out there, and then he don't get buckets. Right. And you blame the season on him. That's the equivalent.
Yeah.
LeBron and Rich Paul and whoever they're consulting.
Like I said, I understand, but
they are not GMs.
No. Just like Shauna just said, she said she actually agrees with Stephen A. that he asked for these players, and he always asks for these players. But then we always go and say it ain't LeBron's fault. You asked for these players.
But I don't got to give you these players.
You don't, but you did. And since we're trying to accommodate you, right? If we're trying to accommodate you, right?
And you asked for this.
Look, it's on your head.
Listen, would you as a GM, that's your job to pick the teams and put these players out there. You making hella deals. You got a superstar, mind you, yeah. He's the man in the league right now. You telling me you give him whatever he asking for?
It depends, right? This is LeBron James, right? The best on the court right now, right? So if this man, I'm like, look, this on you. This is what you want. This is who you got faith in, because I'm not on the court.
Right.
I
think it has to be to there's levels to it. I'm gonna talk to you about it, to a certain extent, agree. But I'm not gonna just abandon my whole position and just grant you every player that you want, because if
now
you,
maybe not every player.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not every player.
We gave you AD.
But once again, right? That's just like somebody owning a shop, right? And we know most of the cats that's cutting hair. And he goes and says, I trust y'all to put and have, decent people, in the shop.
Got you.
See.
That's different, though, because to be honest, LeBron's talent, he's known for what he does on that court, right?
Shima, what's up?
What's up, Shima? He's not known for being a GM. He's not known for being Jerry West. Let Jerry West pick the players. Go get Jerry West. I feel like when you do that, ultimately you're running the team. And what's happening right now, LeBron is still playing at a high level. It's the personnel. They don't mix. They don't match. So if your player, he might want J.R. Smith. He might want his boys around him. He might want somebody he really cool with. That's cool, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to win basketball games.
This is what I feel, homie. This is who we picked. LeBron needs to go up in that locker room and do what Michael Jordan did. Smack, smack, smack. Get it going, homie. Look,
I'm gonna be
you're
honest
too
with
soft,
you too.
player. Go in there and smack some niggas up.
Another thing.
Tell them to act like some little itch box.
I think what you're seeing though too, man, is old age, bro. Like the Lakers is putting up enough points in every game. Y'all can't stop nobody. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you make this whole team 5 to 10 years younger, they probably don't even have a lot of these issues right now. I mean, they can't guard nobody. Y'all scoring with the best of them.
But if it was a spliff, we'd all be messed up, though.
I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
I think if the playoffs were to start right now.
So whose fault is that?
I think it's a combination.
It's the man in charge.
I think
which is Rob.
You didn't go after enough youth. You didn't think you should have thought about
who didn't go after enough youth. How
Pelinka.
You gonna blame that on LeBron?
No, Pelinka. I understand what LeBron wants, but ultimately I think it's the GM's fault because you're supposed to factor in age and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, nobody does that. See, here's where I'm mad at.
But that's the issue of them trying to curate all these specialty teams like this, though. That's what happens. You know, you don't take into account every single aspect, and I think that's the thing that gets lost when you're having all these players because they may be so great in so many things, but you have to think about how people come together. You know, it's the whole team.
I think they got to come together because my thing is this: if I'm a superstar player, I think I should have say so who comes on this team to a certain.
You should have some input.
Wait.
Brady.
My bad. You hear what Damon put in the feed? He said Rob can't fire or trade LeBron. The team will choose LeBron every time. Rob has no power for real. So
no, he does, but he'll get fired if he goes against LeBron and LeBron's not happy. He's in that position.
Look, so I mean, what we saying? He got the power. He don't got the power.
He gonna get fired anyway.
So get him in.
So listen, if you gonna get fired anyway, let me go out my way. I'm not gonna get fired and listen to you. And mind you, this is all alleged. Like we don't even know if LeBron did this, and once again, it's because it is. But it's because who he is. Do they blame Tom Brady for AB?
But see, this is the thing.
No,
I heard.
That's the same thing.
I heard Charles Barkley before,
but they just lost.
But I just heard
AB walked off the field. Ain't that his boy?
He talked about how Kobe basically grabbed AD. You know what I mean? And was like, look, giving him the jewels, coaching him, curating his style, doing this, giving him. Is that still happening? And that's what nobody's talking about. You know?
I mean LeBron.
Yeah.
I just feel like, man, nobody would blame other players. This is LeBron James. That's the only reason it's even a question. Every star, like I forget who said it, every GM is going to consult with their star player. I'm not ignorant to that. We know that. But to listen to them and then blame the perils on them, that's out of pocket. Like, that's out of pocket. That's the only part I don't roll with. Like, don't blame the season on LeBron. No, this is Rob Pelinka. He's at the top. You're not gonna get rid of LeBron. That's star talent.
Before?
That's
Did
the
he
biggest.
do it in Cleveland?
He's always done this.
He picks his team pretty much every.
So why are we blaming the season on him? If you allow a player to do that, if this allegedly is true, and you allow him to do that, that's what you're doing. You're giving this man. Why even have a GM? That's my point. Why even have a GM and pay that man a salary if you're just gonna let LeBron pick the whole team and then blame the season on him?
I agree, but once again, since they did it, everybody has their own responsibility in the situation, and the main person I feel is LeBron.
So LeBron's at fault for the season.
I don't feel that. I feel Rob Pelinka got to go.
LeBron has some. No, damn that. No. This is LeBron's team right now.
That's a management issue.
I give you that, but that's not what he's a player, man. He's a hell of a player. He's one of the best ever. But it's so many players that do that, and I just get tired of. They just want to blame him for when everything go left. It's his fault. That ain't when I'm not rolling.
I mean, no, it's everybody's fault. But what we're not gonna say is it's not LeBron's fault.
Man, he's not the GM. I feel what you're saying.
I just think they old, man.
Yeah, but who picked the old team? Who allowed the old team? Who's signing those players? Whose signatures on those trades?
I feel you. They got to sign off on them, but I think.
All right, then.
Y'all fell in love with the names.
But see, the franchise is going to believe in that, though. That's why they're going to do it. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
No, I think that the chat room is saying they're going with Stephen A.G. You know, I think they saying that LeBron, he had the power and he had to say so. So
no, I understand they listening to LeBron and he put together. If this is true, he did put together a bad team. I'm not denying none of that. So in that regards, it's definitely his fault. He chose these players. But what I'm saying is he shouldn't have been somebody is foregoing. We going all the way around somebody's whole job. That ain't his job.
I mean, but
that's all I'm saying.
Just like how Damon just said, G is really wrong. Oh, he said you wrong with this one. You said you short side on this one, but Shonda said, now he's just a player, when it's convenient. And I agree. It's like, bro, like you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And this
so who do y'all say who's at fault then?
LeBron.
You say LeBron, you say Pelinka?
I say Pelinka's at fault because by definition, that's his job. If you want to cater to a superstar, just know your job is on the line. Period. If Rob Pelinka would have made those other moves and the team would have been better, but LeBron wouldn't have agreed with him, he might have been a little salty at first. But if we was winning, had a winning record, and was deep and headed to the playoffs, what would happen? Everything would have been all right.
Peasy weezy.
I put it to you like this: if they was winning, guess who they'd be praising? Oh, it's all LeBron.
Now, right? Listen. We're not going to be ignorant. If he went against LeBron and we was not doing well, then he would definitely be fired.
Yeah.
But either way it goes, man, you got to stand on your own 2 feet because this is your job on the line. LeBron ain't going nowhere until he want to go somewhere.
True.
So that's what you got to keep in mind. But moving on.